Hello, everybody. This is Gerald Salenti, and it's Thursday, March 20th, 2025. And considering the lunatics that are around, lucky to still be alive. Oof. What a freak show. What a freak show in a country near you. Anyway, speaking of the freak show, hey, how about the markets today? Well, they were down, not big time, but not a happy day. Let's see, the S&P, it was only down 0.22%, NASDAQ 0.33%, and boop, the Dow just slipped a little bit, 11.31 points. So yesterday it went up because of Fed heads Powell saying that, maybe this, maybe that, maybe that, maybe this, maybe this, maybe that, maybe that, maybe this, maybe that. Oh, and you hear Trump? This guy, I mean, I know you Trump lovers, the fucking guy's full of shit, all right? Let's go back. He says, when I come in, I'm going to make sure they lower interest rates. And then the Fed held interest rates. And then he said, well, I agree with them. They should hold interest rates. And now they're holding interest rates, not lowering them. And he said, they should lower interest rates. Hey, got some. Why don't you say what you're going to say and make it, the truth? And again, I'm going to show you what bullshit this guy's spewing out when we get to the other issues here. So what happened today? They're also looking at the move comes a day after the latest Federal Reserve meeting, in which the central bank forecasts 2 interest rate cuts this year. When the markets go down and the dot-com bust hits, they're going to lower interest rates more. Guaranteed. Trump did it before. He will do it again. Again, he did in 2018 when the Dow had its worst December since the Great Depression. And he forced Fed head then Powell, same jerk now, to lower interest rates. And Powell did it in January. And what else? So the S&P was in correction territory a couple of days ago. It was down 10% from its high. Now it's down only 8%. But the NASDAQ's still in correction territory. And what else? Bitcoin, it's hanging around that $84,500 an ounce. Up, down, up. Again, gold is taking the shine out of Bitcoin. I want to make this really clear. You're looking at gold when we went on the air over here. It's what? $3,045 an ounce. It hit a high of $3,055. It's up over $1,000 an ounce since we made that trend forecast that this would be a golden year for gold. And that's why you subscribe to the Trends Journal, to get history before it happens. Or you could subscribe to the Toilet Paper Record, the New York Times. Now, one fucking story do we get out of this thing today? This is the business section. Look at this stupid fucking picture. Look at this. Best tech for babies. Best tech for babies. And it goes on inside. All this bullshit. The best tech year for, how about raising a fucking kid as a kid without tech shit into it? And what kind of business crap is this? It's bullshit. Of course, it's Toilet Paper Record. Only good to wipe shit with. And what else? Brent crude went up. Brent crude went up because the United States issued more sanctions on Iran. So they're increasing tensions, and Trump is pumping up this war against Iran. Again, it's in your Trends Journal about the bombs away over Yemen. And the Yemenis, the Houthis, are saying, no, we're going to keep hitting these ships, and we won't stop until you stop slaughtering the Palestinians and bring aid back. They had stopped it when the ceasefire was there. And again, right from the words of Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper. Israeli accused the government of Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu of derailing the Gaza ceasefire agreement, not Hamas. You got it? That's in the Israeli news, but you don't get it in the American newspaper. No, because they're all little prostitutes, media whores to get paid to put out by the corporate pimps and government whoremasters. And this is the shit spewing out of Trump's mouth since he's been running for president and became president. We want to have peace on earth all over. No, you mean it's all over? We're not having it. If I were president, again, he said about Ukraine, I'd settle the war in 24 hours. I'm moving quickly to end wars, settle conflicts, and restore the planet to peace. I want peace. I am not going to start a war. I am going to stop wars. Hey, you're full of shit. You're not for peace. You're a piece of shit. Oh, yeah, we're going to read what you said, what you're going to do to Iran if they don't stop arming those Houthis. You're going to pay hell. Yeah. Same thing to Hamas, same thing to the Houthis, same thing to Iran. He's ramping up this war. Oil prices are going up, and you know what we say was happening with oil prices. When Brent crude, if Israel and the United States attack Iran, Brent crude is going to go to $120 plus a barrel, and that's going to crash the equity markets and the global economy, which are already in trouble. So, moving on, Fed's economic outlook dims. Yeah, no shit. Oh, you know what they're talking about? Stagflation. No. Dragflation. No, I'm not talking about the queer stuff. Not that kind of drag. Drag means like the economy goes down and inflation goes up. Dragflation, we're the only ones saying it. U.S. shoppers tighten belts. Financial Times. Footfalls at U.S. stores fell 4.3% year on year early this month, according to Retail Next. Yep. And last Friday, the University of Michigan's consumer sentiment recorded its third consecutive monthly drop, the lowest reading since the COVID war, November 2022. Got it? This thing's going down. When all else fails, they take you to war. Yep. And we keep going on. It's in your Trends Journal. The articles are there. General Mills reduces outlook as sales soften. No shit. And the Chinese, of course, Tesla stocks are going way down. People are going after the cat. But even beyond that, BYD's 5-minute charging threatens to leave Western car brands in slow lane. Yep. That's Financial Times. You could now electrify your car, reduce it the time it takes to pump gas into a car. Again, the Chinese, I'm mentioning this because we said there's going to be a dot-com bust and the Chinese are going to lead the AI world that I hate. That's the reality that's going to be. And it's going to cause the dot-com bust 2.0, which is going to crash the markets. Again, I don't carry a cell phone. I hate to say AI shit, but it's the future. It's the future. And they're going to lead in it again. 70% almost of the 18-year-olds go to college. It was only 10% before Bill Clinton brought him into the World Trade Organization in 2020. I'm showing you the stupid fucking article from the toilet paper record over here. Best tech for babies. Everything's going tech, AI, and they're going to lead in it, just like they're leading in this. Gabish. PepsiCo buys Puppy for nearly $2 billion. Yeah, good going, yeah. One after another, buying up everything they can. Yep. Google uses $32 billion to purchase a startup. Wonder buys Tastemade. Kraken nears deal for future platform. Alliance, BlackRock, and Group to buy insurer Viridium for $3.9 billion. Advanced Instruments to buy Nova Biomedical for $2 billion. I'm mentioning this because each week in your Trends Journal, we show how the bigs are getting bigger. We also show the job losses and businesses going out of business, not what you're getting in the mainstream media. This is serious. And when I say things are bad, what's this country, Indonesia, where they got about 150 million people over there? Stocks tumble on concerns over weakening consumer spending. Old news for Trends Journal subscribers. It's in your Trends Journal last week. And again, it's going to get worse. And now this Middle East melting down into more war. If oil prices go up, Brent crude goes up, everything goes down and war heats up. You ready? Talking about AI, this is an article. I think it's in the, I'm not sure which paper. That's the Wall Street Journal, I think. When your child uses AI to cheat. You're all cheating. AI's become the new world. So people are going to get dumber and dumber and dumber. They're already dumbfuckistan everywhere anyway. Okay, Israel Defense Minister threatens residents of Gaza with utter destruction and devastation. This is from antiwar.com. Israel Defense Minister Israel Katz issued a direct threat to a civilian population of Gaza yesterday, telling residents of Gaza that to expel Hamas and free Israeli hostages, you ready? Or face, quote, utter destruction and devastation. Wait a minute. You're killing all these people? Oh, yeah, you only killed what? It's about over 900 have been killed since Israel has ramped this up. 900, nobody gives a fuck. Palestinian lives don't matter. No, no, no. They don't. They don't care. Nobody writes about it, says anything about it, does anything about it. And it just keeps getting worse and worse and worse. Worse and worse and worse. What else we got? Yep. The alternative is utter destruction and devastation. Wall Street Journal. Israel moves troops back into Gaza Strip to steal more land. Israel's military carved out what is called the Netzarim corridor early in the war and used to control the movement of Palestinians. Yep. 2 days of airstrikes. This is from Haaretz, the Israeli newspaper. Trump fully supports Israel's actions in Gaza. Hamas chose to play games instead of releasing all hostages, White House says, which is a total fucking lie. I just read to you what Haaretz wrote. They had a peace deal, and Israel did not want to go forward with it. End of story. The ceasefire deal was broken by Israel. U.S. President Donald Trump fully supports Israel. This is the Carolyn Levitt, this press secretary. Yep. Israel, yep. What else? Yeah. At least 85 Palestinians were killed today and 133 wounded. Then Israel's military says it struck a military site in East and South Lebanon on Thursday today, in violation of that ceasefire agreement. But Israel could kill and steal, and if you come out against them, you're an anti-Semite, or you won't subscribe anymore to the Trends Journal and you're canceling it. This is an email that I got some little boy. You ready for this? Unsubscribe. Your take on Israel conflict is awful. I wrote back to him. Yes, you are unsubscribed. The Trends Journal is not a magazine for evil people who support Israel genocide. and I attached the links from like Amnesty International. Yeah. Genocide. Oh, what is it? The International Court of Justice, Human Rights Watch. It's genocide. By their deeds you shall know them. And the deeds are genocide. You see that guy Katz, what he just said? Oh, how about Trump saying, oh, his little son-in-law, Jared Kushner? Yeah, let the Palestinians go out to the Negev desert. No, Trump says, let's send them to Egypt. Let's send them over there. Let's send them to Jordan. Oh, you forgot? Genocide. You don't deserve the magazine. So I'm just telling everybody listening, subscribe to the Trends Journal because they want to do away with us. They want to do away with the truth and trends. Again, we should be headline news. We're the only magazine in the world that call the golden year for gold. The only one saying the dot-com bust, the only magazine coming, and one after another. But can't speak the truth. You're not allowed to anymore. Yep. Trump sets Iran deal deadline. I'm telling you, this is from RT. President Donald Trump has set a 2-month deadline for Iran to strike a new deal on its nuclear weapons program with Washington. Multiple outlets said blah, 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 blah. And President Trump made it clear to the Ayatollah Khamenei that he wanted to revive blah, 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 very soon. And they say if they don't go along with it, they'll pay the price. And Khamenei said, it's a lot of bullshit. We don't want to talk with you. Here we go. Trump, Iran must stop supplying Houthis immediately. Hey, Trump. Celente says America must stop supplying Israel with the weapons to slaughter Palestinians immediately. Fuck you, Celente. Hey, I'm the president. Don't you know who I am? Oh, you're a daddy's boy. I had lunch with your brother Robert back in 2017. Yeah, over there in Wassaic. Yeah, the little restaurant you're running over there. Yeah. And he told me your daddy left over almost over $500 million worth of real estate. You're nothing more than a spoiled, lying piece of shit. Hey, you want to make Iran pay the price? Go over there and fight. Oh, you got drafted from it, so I forgot you had a bone spur on your ankle. Yep. This is what he says. Reports are coming out that one of the he said reports are coming in that while Iran lessened its intensity on military equipment and general support to the Houthis, they are still sending large levels of supplies. Iran must stop the sending of these supplies immediately. Let the Houthis fight it out themselves, Trump wrote on Truth Social, Bullshit Social. Quote, you ready? Either way, they lose. But this way, they lose quickly. Tremendous damage has been inflicted on Houthi barbarians. Oh, they're barbarians. Barbarians. That's the fucking language they use. Barbarians that the United States tried to overthrow under the Nobel Peace of Crap Prize winner Barack Obama and that little dick cocksucker. What's his name? Anthony Blinken. My daddy was ambassador to Hungary. My uncle was ambassador to Belgium. Went over there to give the Saudis the strategic support and refueling their planes so they could bomb the shit out of Yemen and killed over 500,000 people. Who's the barbarians? Oh, the barbarians that killed over 3.5 million Vietnamese? No, the barbarians that invaded Iraq and killed over 1 million of them. I forgot about Afghanistan. Barbarians, that's the language he uses. This guy is disgusting with this. Yep. And watch how it will grow progressively worse. It's not even a fair fight, will never be. You ready? They will be completely annihilated. Annihilated. This is the Trump that spew out the bullshit that he was for peace. A piece of shit. Trump warned Yemen's Houthis will be, quote, completely annihilated. Yemen strikes test Trump vow to avoid forever wars. That's the Wall Street Journal. They ended by saying, right at the very end, on the eve of his election, win in November, Trump vowed to stay out of wars in far-flung troubled spots. Quote, I am not going to start a war. I am going to stop wars. You're full of shit. By your words, you're full of shit. Why aren't anybody calling him the full of shit, piece of shit, lying piece of crap candidate? Again, I launched Occupy Peace. I'm a warrior for the Prince of Peace. Yeah. You got it? And all you jerks that say, oh, warriors don't fight. The Prince of Peace fought. You got it? Made the whip and drove the money changers out of the temple. Capiche? So stop your shit. Colombia nears acquiescing to Trump. Bowing down. Oh, the guy that said that the government, under his government, we would have no censorship and free speech? Yeah, that bullshit. Now, this is important. I'm going to read these articles really quick, the headlines. This is from the toilet paper. Europe's leaders hope military spending can ignite growth. Canada set to join EU in military industry push. Bundestag backs Merz's $1 trillion spending plan and the largest economy to boost EU's rearmament efforts. Spain's PSOE government calls for record military spending. When all else fails, they take you to war. The global economy is going down. Germany, again, the third largest economy in the world, is in recession. They got $1 trillion. All these economies are going down and they're ramping up war. Yeah. EU locks out US, UK, and Turkish arms makers from $150 billion spending splurge. The military-industrial complex. And they're bragging about how this is going to juice up their economy. They're bragging about it. No, it's not. Hey, if you're going to spend money doing something and you want to boost the economy, how about putting it into infrastructure? Huh? How about putting it into peace? Now, we won't put it into peace. You know why? Because we're all pieces of shit. And speaking of pieces of shit, Cuomo takes lead in New York. Isn't that great? Ex-governor is front runner in mayor race. The New York City. The little daddy's boy. A little arrogant daddy's boy who shut down New York to fight the COVID war, took people out of the hospital that were very sick, threw them into nursing homes when the COVID war broke out. Oh, yeah. Made all those ships come into New York, the hospital ships, took over Javits Center. Nobody died. There went to hardly anybody in Javits Center. All the bullshit, locked down the place. And I renamed the Tappan Zee Bridge after my daddy, the Mario M. Cuomo Bridge. It's a freak show, and the freaks are running the show. Check out the interview, the podcast I did last night with Judge Napolitano. This is very serious. They're robbing us of our freedom, and it's going to get a lot worse. You're seeing the way Trump is lying right in front of everybody's eyes and ramping up this war. And now more sanctions on Iran. Iran's done nothing to us. Oh, they support the barbarian Houthis while we support the genocidal Israelis. But that's okay. Palestinian lives don't matter. Thanks for tuning in.